right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown, and I've never met her until like, I don't know, what, 5 minutes ago, something like that. Latto, first two questions. Where are you? Because I'm looking at you on Zoom. I see like you look like you're in a high rise. So where are you and how are you doing?
I am home in Atlanta. Thank God. I love when I'm home. And I'm doing great because I'm at home.
Nice. And I'm looking at the window. Are you on like some high rise in a high rise building, or maybe I'm just?
Oh, of course.
Ooh, nice. So behind you, that's a view of ATL right there.
Yes.
Latto, last couple of years, like the last 2 years, give or take, has been so bizarre. This pandemic has been just crazy. I describe my pandemic as like sort of being in a sci-fi movie for part of it. How would you describe your last couple of years?
Oh my gosh. A roller coaster. I would be just living life, and then boom, I'm like, oh my God, I can't go outside. I'm about to lose my mind. Especially in the beginning. Oh my gosh, it was a roller coaster. Like I was like trying everything to keep myself from going crazy and being depressed.
Right. And then it's got to be a crazy time to have your music really blow up in a pandemic. That's got to be kind of bizarre as well, right?
Yes, it ended up being a blessing in disguise, but I was so discouraged in the beginning. I'm like, oh my God, I can't go on tour. Oh my God, my album is not gonna do good. Oh my God. Like
what are your fans like? And what I'm leading to with this question is I love crazy fan encounter stories. Not that all your fans are wonderful, beautiful, lovely people, but every now and then somebody gets a little extra. You know what I mean? Give me like, what are your fans like? And do you have a crazy fan encounter?
Oh my God, my fans are aggressive, demanding, but lovable. All in one. Crazy fan encounters. Oh my gosh, I have them every day trying to pinpoint one. They've grabbed my butt, squeezed it, asked if it's real. They've told me they will leave their boyfriend for me right now. And that's just two that come to mind.
When someone does that, which that's a big no-no, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't do that, but I assume security is jumping, like, get your hands off,
Pop your head off, and we don't want that. Don't put us in that predicament. Just keep your hands to yourself.
Thank you. I can't believe we have to make this rule up, but there's another rule. Don't touch.
And these are girls.
There you go.
These not even creepy dudes. These are girls that just inquiring.
Oh man, your life. Hey, Latto, true or false? Before rap, before music, maybe this is, I don't know if this is true or not, but I was told you were into, with your dad, you guys were into drag racing before all this music kicked in.
Very, very true. All the men in my family drag race. So I was like full-blown drag racer before I was rapping. And I just woke up one day and I told my daddy, I don't want to do this no more. I want to be a rapper.
So we're talking like professional or like on the streets. And were you a driver or a mechanic, or what did you do?
Professional driver. I was driving down the racetrack in my full suit with my helmet on, hitting the gas when I seen that green light.
Wow. Okay. Final question, because I don't know much about drag racing. What is the top speed you've ever hit?
I really can't remember, but I know I was good at it though. I was good at it. Like I could have actually pursued that if I wanted to. It probably was just in my blood because, like I said, everybody in my family, all the men do it anyways. But I don't know. I was like, I seen this girl, Nicki Minaj came out, and I was like, I want to be like that.
Forget this drag racing stuff. Hey, true or false? Your team, to my understanding, they almost didn't give you the beat to Big Energy. It sort of came to like it almost didn't reach you, I guess is what I'm trying to ask. Yeah. Is that right?
So true. So true. I was just like all over the place with this album. At first I was on a like strictly rap, super rap, I got something to prove type of vibe. So the A&Rs was like, she don't want this. So, but my manager was like, play it for her, play it for her, play it for her. And they ended up playing it for me. And now look, couple months later, baby, we top 40.
Man, you're killing it now. Curious, when they played you the version, was it more of a like the Mariah Carey version of it, or the Tom Tom Club original sample? Which one what'd you hear first?
You know what? When I heard it, I didn't even associate the sample with it. I just liked the beat. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but it ended up being very Tom Tom Club. Yeah.
What do people need to know about this track that we don't know already, or should I just hit the red blinking button and go?
Listen, big energy is an aura. It's a confidence. It's walking in the room with your head up. It applies to both genders, baby. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. Big energy. Big Latto.
All I need to hear. Yeah, let's go. Latto, big energy. Check this. Latto, what is before you are an artist, you're a fan, obviously, you saw Nikki and she kind of changed the way you thought, she got you away from drag racing.
Yeah.
Maybe she's the answer to this question. What is the best live performance you have ever seen as a fan?
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Nikki live yet, unfortunately. But Nikki, if you just want to come to my house and just perform, you can do that, girl.
What performance which one did you see that really kind of like made you kind of, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It awed you. Which performance awed you?
Oh, you know what? My first Rolling Loud performance was Miami a couple years ago. And I went on really early during the day, obviously. This is years ago and I've paid my dues since, but I went on, I was probably like the second act. And I waited till nighttime when Cardi B closed the show. And I waited around in that hot sun for Cardi B. And I'm so glad I did because I feel like it just made me want to go harder. I seen all her dancers. I seen her dedication. I seen her water bottle trick. And I was like, you know what? I need to step it up.
Have you spoken with her? I assume you have multiple times since that date, obviously. And
Yeah.
have you guys discussed anything? And I guess you can't give out certain, leaks from the album, but I assume you floated the idea, if not, confirmed it. Is any chance of her getting on your album?
We definitely love Cardi over here, and I would be super blessed if she jumped on one of my tracks. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. A question about your personal performances, a two-part question. First of all, what is your best performance? Everything went amazing. So that's part one. Part two, the complete flip of that. What do you consider your worst? Everything went straight to hell. Give me the best and the worst.
I've never been asked this before. Oh my God, depression. So the best performance is going to be Rolling Loud Miami 2021 last year. I watched the footage back and I was like, oh my God, I love this. I love this. Worst will probably be, you probably couldn't tell, but worst was my BMA's performance 2021. I was just super nervous. And then we had a wardrobe malfunction. And I was like, oh my God, I can't. And then that was the first time I ever performed Big Energy. So I was just super nervous. I was like, are they gonna like it? Oh my God. So yeah.
Well, whatever, I think sometimes we have to go through those things to become the artist you want to be, So I think as long as you survive those, which obviously you did. So Latto's killing it now, that's for sure. We've already discussed this a little bit off air. And this, you probably don't know this about me. I'm a huge fan of the paranormal, ghost, UFOs, everything in between. Yeah. I've got a podcast called Paranormalish. I'm off the deep end. You have not had a paranormal encounter, correct?
I have not.
All right. Here's what I'm leading to. You're going to be, going on tour in the next couple of weeks and whatnot, and some of these hotels obviously are old, beautiful, but old. And some will have a history. And every now and then you come across one with a haunted room. Like, oh my God, don't stay in that room. My request to you, if you would consider finding one of those rooms and staying in the haunted room.
Who?
You.
Matter of fact, I don't even think you could pay me. I wouldn't even do that for $1 million. Nope, not happening.
You could report back and kind of see what happens. Keep your phone on and record something if anything floats around. You wouldn't be into that.
Or you could just do it and tell me about it.
Let me mark Latto off the paranormal list there. All right, fair enough. Latto is, if something does happen in one of these hotels, make sure to let me know if you don't mind.
I'm gonna pray I won't have to contact you, but I will if.
True or false, you like to bounce your lyrics off you have a sister, I think she's 19 in college, and you like to throw lyrics and ideas back and forth off of her. Walk me through that relationship and how does that affect your writing?
My sister is my sanctuary child. She is my go-to for my mental sanity. So I go to her for her opinion on everything. I play her all my unreleased music. And I also think, you know, she's a 19-year-old female in college. I think that's like target audience. So I think she has the most pure, unbiased opinion. And I love my little sister.
What does she think and what her friends think that her sister is Latto?
She don't want nothing to do with it. She sees all the, you know, everybody else see the glitz and the glamour. She sees the behind the scenes when I'm having panic attacks and mental breakdowns. So she's like, yeah, my sister is Latto and I don't want nothing to do with the music industry because I see the real.
That's crazy. Latto, have you ever been, you've met a lot of people, you're meeting a lot of people, you're working with a lot of people. Have you ever been starstruck?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was starstruck when I was in Miami and me and Pharrell worked in the studio for a week straight in Miami. That I was like super starstruck. I met Lil' Kim on the BET red carpet and she already knew who I was and she was like, I'm a fan, da da da. And I'm just like, what? How do you know who I am? Girl, don't make me have a panic attack right now.
It's got to be a rush when speaking of the studio with Pharrell, and because
What?
you know on the red carpet there's so many people out there, but the studio it's kind of like you and him, among other people, of course.
Yeah,
And
yes.
did you walk in and there he was, or were you in the studio and then in comes Pharrell? How did that
I
scene
walked
work?
in and there he was. I
Oh,
walked in and there he freaking was. So I was like, take a deep breath and just let it go. So I was super starstruck, but it ended up being like, so like I was talking to somebody I knew already. Like he's so humble and just gave me the best advice ever.
I've met him a couple of times. He was soft spoken,
Yes.
very
So
smart. Yeah, and I would ask him a question and he would take a second to like really think it through. And interesting guy. You can see why he's
yeah,
this genius, you know. So man, congrats on everything.
thank
Uh,
you.
what are your family? You know, you mentioned your sister earlier, your friends, that inner circle.
Mhm.
What do they think about all this success you've got going on? Not that you're, you know, you got plenty of ways to go. Don't get me wrong, but man, this is big. What do they think?
They celebrate me all day. They throw me surprise parties when I get a new plaque. They throw me surprise parties when I go up on the charts. They celebrate me so much. Even when I just kind of get discouraged or whatever, they right there cheering me on. Like I have the best support system ever.
Same question to you. How do you feel about all this success?
It's overwhelming at times, but I'm so grateful. So grateful for it. Like this is what I've been waiting on. So it's go time now.
What am I forgetting to ask you? I must be forgetting something.
Are you?
Maybe I'm not. Yeah.
Is this a trick question?
It kind of is, but it's kind of my way of cheating. I guess maybe we covered everything. Latto, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I can't wait to meet you in person.
Yes, I know, right? This Zoom is just not cutting it.
Amen to that. Once again, that's Latto. Latto, at the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official. Tap that cam.
Mm.